everybody, and welcome to the next best episode of the Welcome to the Gameroom podcast. I am your host and the favorite around here, Michael McLeod. And joining me always is a man that some might call a champion of the people. Not me. Not me. I'm not, maybe a delusional person might call him this. As Dwight Robinson.
Yep.
Say hello, Dwight. Yep. You're not going to give me your traditional yerp?
I'll leave it for the next time. I gotta keep them.
Demand this.
I gotta make sure they're waiting.
You gotta leave them wanting more.
Exactly.
And returning guest, which I had to look up, make sure I was saying his name right because I fouled it up several times. He was on one of our first episodes, like what, episode 4, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. What's your name again? No, I'm just kidding. It's Jonathan Duffer, also known as Enchantermon, right?
That is it.
Haha, see? Because I think I called you Enlightenermon or something like that.
Maybe.
Or Enablermon or something like that.
At least it wasn't Enchanted Mom, which someone called me before. I was like,
Enchantermon?
Yeah, it's not exactly it, but...
Yeah. Pokemon.
That works.
So, as you guys didn't hear, because I'm going to edit in later, although Dwight, you have heard, we have a new intro. This is our officially for us intro, thanks to my good friend Johnny Lee, which sounds like a fighting game character that might, have really been a Mortal Kombat reject. But yeah, I thought it sounded pretty good, and he just told us to give him a shout out. So he's at Renbto on Instagram.
Good job.
Check him out. So yeah, I didn't mess that up too bad. I say that intro worked out all right. It wasn't pre-recorded this time. So this week, we're going to talk about video games. That's what we always do. I'm not going to spoil the surprise.
Yeah.
But there is some things that at least me and Dwight did. You know what, Jonathan?
Yes.
You're not part of our our normal. You're not in the weekly notes. What have you been playing? What have you been doing lately? Tell us what you're up to.
Well, other than Pokemon Go, which is just kind of an ongoing thing.
That's right. You were that Pokemon Go guy.
Yes.
Yes.
I am that guy.
I think I would say each of the three of us have like that one game that we just go back to and play.
Yes.
Every day for the dailies and the weeklies.
Now go ahead and get it out. Get it out, Dwight. You know you want to.
Yeah. You already know I'm talking about Caravan Stories. So it's,
okay. All right, moving on then.
I have to throw that in there every episode at least.
Exactly. That's why I said just go ahead and say
it. But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so there's that. But also I've been playing some of Super Mario All-Star 3D All-Stars.
Okay, nice.
So I've been playing. I started just at the beginning and started playing Mario 64, which I've never played before. So that's been really interesting.
You? If you don't mind me asking. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
Oh, how old am I? 33. Yeah. Actually, 33 2 days ago.
You never played Mario? Oh, happy late birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really? No Mario 64?
No,
What were you doing when you were a kid?
I was playing with Legos and Beast Wars. I had the only video game system I had was an Atari 2600, and I played on that.
No Mario 64.
Yeah, and we had I had computer games mostly. My uncle would always get old computers from work, and he'd give them to us and put games on them and stuff. And so I didn't get an actual console of my own until the PlayStation 4, which I bought a couple years ago. That was the very first console I owned.
Oh man,
I feel so sorry for you.
I was you got the Spider-Man edition.
Yep, I did.
Yes, I remember
the red one.
No,
it's the one that came with Spider-Man for $200.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the lazy edition. Got it.
Right.
Not the lazy edition.
That was the laziest special edition console. I digress. Not important. Unlike the Monster Hunter one.
So I've been playing that, and I also just recently finished a game that I don't know if anyone's ever heard of, but it's an old DOS game called Crystal Castles. Or Crystal Caves, not Crystal Castles is the Atari game. Crystal Caves, which about a year or two ago got a remaster, which I didn't even know was happening by some indie studio, and it's actually really good. I really enjoyed it. I played it. I played the shareware episode. It's an Apogee game. So I played the shareware episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking this up right now. So.
Yeah, me too.
I played it back when I was a kid, and so this one is on Steam. I found it. I was like, oh, sweet. And it includes all 3 episodes, it includes all 3 episodes of the original, and then like a new 4th episode. So I played through the whole first episode about over a course of about 2 or 3 days. So I'm looking forward to starting the new ones, which I haven't played at all.
And what type of game is this? I typed this into Google and it literally gives me a cave in Mexico.
It's a platformer. It's a platformer shooter kind of thing.
It kind of looks like Commander Keen a little bit.
Yes, it's very similar to Commander Keen. It's very similar to a lot of Apogee games from back in the day. Yeah,
this looks like something I would have played on a school computer. Like this looks like something.
Oh, Duskin, yeah.
Although it has
computer lab,
it has guns in it, so it probably wouldn't.
Yeah, probably not then. Yeah.
Oh, but Oregon Trail has plenty of
right.
guns in it.
Yeah, but it's like 5. They're like 5 pixel guns. You can't really tell what's happening.
Yeah.
Mowing down.
Anything's a gun if you point it at somebody and shoot it.
Oh, that is pretty interesting.
All right then. That was a very different side note. So yeah, I appreciate that, John. None of us would have ever brought up Crystal Caves.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's a really good game. Definitely
I'll take your word for it.
I had a couple. What was it? I had a couple DOS games. I think I still had on like 5 1/4 floppies. I don't know where they're at now, but what was it like? Echelon, Stellar 7, and one was a game from Epic Mega Games. I think it's called The Invasion of the Mutant Space Bats of Doom is what it's called.
What?
Oh God.
Yeah. So this is.
I'm intrigued.
I still have this. I had like a shareware version of this. I think Invasion of the Mutant. I'm actually looking this up as I'm thinking of it.
I started typing into Google and I got the Invasion of the Muslims.
I got Infusions. Space Bats of Doom.
Yep.
That's the thing.
This was a Epic Mega Games game. So this was really I don't remember when it came out, but it says it was published in '95. It's actually not that old.
Pop Software.
I remember seeing Epic Mega Games.
Yeah,
on the little thing.
I see.
Anyways, yeah. I had a couple of those. I actually don't know where those are now, but
you don't.
What I played recently.
Go on to what you've been playing recently, and let's let you end on the medium, so I can join in with that one because we both played the medium.
Into that, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so I had it.
I'm gonna throw this out there, guys, real quick for both of you. If you hear something weird in this episode, not weird. If you think of a good title for this episode, write it down. I always struggle with that at the end of the episode. I'm like, what am I going to call this? And I think of it throughout the thing, but then I forget it by the end of it. So
right.
I like Epic Mutant Space Bats of Doom. You should just call it that.
You know what? That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. All right.
So let's see. All right, so what do I got? So play some more Dragon Quest. I'll just go ahead and get that out there. I have all the orbs now. I just finished the.
You did play more. I didn't actually see you playing. Not that I was stalking you.
I did finish up Sniffelheim. And I think that's what it's called. The Ice Kingdom.
Good job.
So yeah, I just finished that, and now I'm at the part where you're supposed to go to Yggdrasil. And I'm just like finishing up a side. So I finished all the side quests up until now.
You do not need to do those side quests.
Actually, I did them all because I was just like, I mean, side quests are normally going to give you weapons and stuff that you really can only use like right then and it'll be worthless later, which is true because there's a couple weapons I got them and I'm like, I already have something better than this, even though I got them like right as it come through. So. But anyway, so that's where I'm at. So I guess I'm getting really close.
So you haven't gone to Yggdrasil yet?
Not yet.
I will say, without spoiling anything, once you get to Yggdrasil, that is really when the game kind of takes off to me. So that's like the first big arc of the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And
And you will go through some areas again. They like to recycle the areas, which is good. I mean, they're well put together, so you know.
It's not too bad because there's a couple areas I think are pretty good. I like the Stiffelheim kingdom thing. I like the resolution of that little arc or whichever.
Yes, I'm trying to remember what happened there. Is that the one with the queen?
Yes, the queen and the witch and everything. I mean, in case
you have to go back there for a different arc. I like the second arc a lot. So.
All right. So what else do I have? I have the. I played a little bit I actually got back into Call of Duty a little bit because most of the people I know are actually are playing on that, and I haven't been on there forever.
I thought you got a free copy of that.
From the
of Cold War.
From buying a video card.
What? No. I have like a free PlayStation 5 copy of Cold War. I got.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody else that I know that I work with recently finally got a 3080, and it came with like a copy of Cold War. So
this wasn't with a video card. This was for PlayStation. So.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I was like, oh well, I guess I have this on PlayStation now. So yeah.
Yeah, Cold War. I think I played through the campaign, and then I was like, yeah, okay, and then deleted all the campaign stuff. And
I'm probably about to sell it. Yeah, I'm almost done with the campaign, and I'm.
Yeah, most people that really
the
play
entire
Call
hard
of Duty,
drive.
yeah, it takes up way too much space. But anybody who really plays Call of Duty doesn't really like Cold War too much. They just went back to the other one. But anyways, the plays of Squadrons, of course. I still haven't played any of the single player. Besides that, like, intro training mission.
Update on that. I still cannot get Squadrons to run on my freaking PC for some reason. I don't know why.
God. Have you seen, like, does it give you, like, a specific error?
It just says, failed to launch game, and that's it. It gives me no error code or nothing.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes. I don't know why. I know my computer's plenty powerful enough to do it.
Just try turning it off and back on again.
I tried that a few times. I've reinstalled this game. I've, held the thing upside down and shook it. No, I didn't do that. But anything humanly possible I could think of to do, I did, and I just don't know. Because I want to try it in VR. I mean, that's why I have it on PC.
Well, yeah. I mean, trying it in VR with a actual HOTAS setup would be pretty damn amazing.
Yeah.
But
I would take VR at all right now. Like I just want to try it in general.
It would be the way that it plays. It would be really amazing playing it in VR. You can actually have spatial awareness. And
I mean, I imagine it's kind of like how I know you didn't play the. I think we talked about this the last episode. Actually, I think this is weird. But the Star Wars Battlefront, the first one has a PlayStation VR one mission. Yeah. It's probably just like that, which that was incredible. Mm-hmm. It's like, cool. I want a whole game like that. But I don't want to rebuy this on PlayStation, and I don't want to rebuy a PlayStation VR just for one friggin' game. Mm-hmm. I'd rather just play it on PC.
Even though I think I ended up getting a HOTAS just for this one game for Squadrons. I mean, it works in other games too.
Yeah.
And I tried
there may be something else come out later that you want to play.
Yeah,
so.
But it is definitely amazing with that joystick, which I've said before in a previous episode, but just felt like bringing it back up. Besides that, I mean, I've been into Dragon Quest heavy, Caravan Stories, of course, because they're having an event right now. I tried a little bit of the medium. I think I played less than you.
So yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, so I'll just go straight into that. I played less than you, so I don't have as much to talk about. So it's more of like just general impressions. Download it off of Game Pass,
But like I texted you though. Yeah. I texted you last night because it came out yesterday for people listening. I'm not overly impressed, but I'm definitely impressed in some aspects, but not others. I'm like, this looks beautiful. This looks like butt. It's weird.
yeah. Which is exactly. Well, the first thing I want to say is that Microsoft really overhyped this game, which I think I texted you before. They kind of had no choice in that matter.
Yeah, because it's technically the first big
Yeah.
Xbox or Series X console exclusive game.
And it's one of them. There's there's literally only 3 actual exclusives besides this one. And one is like a preview, a game preview, and another one is like a remaster of another game or whatever. But, this is their first true exclusive, and it's of course they hyped the shit out of it because of that. But it really, I mean, yeah. But the game, if you think of it as more of just like a brand new next generation version of old school survival horror games.
Exactly.
Right.
This felt like it should have been on PlayStation 1, like
yeah,
the way it plays.
It's if you think about it that way, it's a really good game. And the thing about it reminds me a lot of Alone in the Dark. It has the backgrounds,
Not the terrible 2008 one, like the good Alone in the
right,
Dark.
right.
Like
The one specifically I'm thinking of is the one that was on Dreamcast, which was Alone in the Dark 4, I believe. But basically that era of survival horror games, it has fixed camera angles, and the backgrounds are hyper detailed, so they look a lot like the pre-rendered backgrounds you'd have in a lot of those games. But the thing, and because it's like the backgrounds are static, you can tell that they put like a lot of processing power into making those backgrounds look good. They look really good. They look like pre-rendered backgrounds. They look amazing. The problem, though, is that they're super static. Super static. They don't move at all. Like, they don't do anything. Which,
Yeah, that's very true.
when I look at it, I mean, it looks great, but then you have games like Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 1, where the backgrounds, even though they're pre-rendered, they still moved. They would loop and stuff like that. And not
So
just
I'll jump onto that a little bit.
Yeah.
Once you get a little bit more into it, you do get some outside areas.
Yeah.
Those move a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I wasn't expecting something like the train level from,
Yeah.
their opening for Resident Evil 0, but I'm looking around at the very, very beginning. You're kind of in like this office type room, and you're looking around, and there's like plants, and then there's, curtains and stuff, and everything's just like sitting there. It looks really
true.
good though. Everything's super, and it uses like ray tracing and all that. It runs at 30, which didn't bother me for the backgrounds, because the backgrounds look super sharp. The problem is like the character herself, when she's walking around, it looks terrible. Like, her animation looks really bad.
I don't think the animation or the modeling on the characters are really that good, to be honest. Like, they're fine.
It doesn't match the backgrounds.
It's the box art quote for me. It's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't match, and you could tell that the backgrounds are done in a way so that they look like pre-rendered backgrounds. So it really does look like one of those like PS1 or PS2 games with the pre-rendered backgrounds, because the backgrounds look great, and you have like this Resident Evil character kind of just like janking around, the rest of it. And I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it's just she's so, the level of quality between her and in the backgrounds is pretty large. That, and like there's this weird like frame interpolation or whatever that's on her. I don't know if like it's motion blur.
You're talking about like having like trails and stuff behind her?
It's like this motion blur with like a really low like shutter shutter speed or something. It looks,
and that's not an aesthetic choice. It's a weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
She just looks really blurry, and of course the animation itself is just really janky. So I'm just kind of like janking and blurring like across the screen. These like pristine
janking and blurring would also be a good episode name.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's just it's weird. And I looked into like a mirror and one, and it has like ray tracing reflections and all that, which look good. When you look in a mirror though, the mirror reflections, like the resolution for that drops significantly. So everything looks 4K and amazing. You look in a mirror and it's like 320 by 240 or some shit.
Yeah, no, it's the same way when like puddles and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, well, this is definitely a step down.
Yeah,
but I hear this game is tough to run even on like high PCs.
Yeah, the 3080 at 1080p does not hit 60 frames with ray tracing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is this like the
I was
new
tempted because
Crysis?
I don't have a 3080, but I'm tempted to, because it's on Game Pass for PC as well.
Yeah.
Just to download it and see.
I heard
Just
that with ray tracing off, it works a lot better, but with ray tracing on, it's like the optimization is terrible, really terrible.
Yeah.
So if they on the
see.
Xbox version, if they had an option to turn off ray tracing, it would definitely run at 60.
I don't really think it's a game that needs ray tracing, to be honest.
because it doesn't do the ray
cube-
tracing well.
You can use the cube maps and the screen.
The ray tracing doesn't
it'll be
work
fine.
well, so you might as well just turn that shit off. But,
Yeah. It's not super intensive either, so it's like, why is it there?
Yeah. But I mean, it looks good, and if you like that type of Silent Hill, Alone in the Dark type thing, definitely not Resident Evil, Because do you even shoot anybody? I don't think there's any combat at all.
I have not shot anybody yet. So, but I mean, do note, listeners, we're just he's like, what? You're about 20, 30 minutes into this. I'm like an hour.
I didn't even get to the morgue. I didn't even get to the morgue.
Yeah.
So this is just like walking around, looking at stuff.
I am past that morgue area. I've hit the first true area where the game splits, and that's kind of its like
the whole thing.
Claim to fame, I guess.
That's his deal. Yeah.
It's running 2 game worlds at the same time, so I might download some on PC.
Which is amazing. I mean, it's commendable. But
yeah. I will I'll bounce off that for downloading that on PC. I'll bounce on to my because that's pretty much it for you, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and show what I'm doing here. I got Cyberpunk on PC. I told you this, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
My PC actually runs it okay. It's not as smooth. It's not hitting 60. It's hitting like 30-ish. So I don't have everything on complete jacked up max. I have it in a mix between high and ultra. It seems to be fine though. You would not like the experience I'm having because it is in that 30 range. But it looks better than the Series X version that I played. Just you could definitely tell more effort was put into this PlayStation version.
And the PC version.
The PC version, excuse me. So.
And we won't be getting that on consoles. We won't be getting that on consoles until like later this year. It doesn't
but I mean, hey, if that's what we're getting, cool.
Right.
Like, I'm waiting for that. I actually enjoy how this looks. I mean, the level of detail just on things is higher. It's just like, okay. But the only thing I'm having on a weird sort of like graphical issue is the fog effects have this weird like dithering on them. And it's just like I pretty much had to turn it all the way down to low to get anything decent. Everything else runs okay, though. Also, just the game at its base level is still glitchy.
Yeah.
Like one time I was just walking around. I'm just like, I'm doing nothing. I'm just walking, doing nothing. And all of a sudden, this like police flying whatever future thing comes down. And it's like, die, motherfucker. And I'm like, what did I do? It's just like, they did nothing.
They made a statement about that. They added in the cops like last minute. So if you do something bad that triggers them, they literally just spawn in behind you. And then it's
I did nothing wrong. Just like, what am I doing? I'm just walking down the road. So I mean, did I don't know. I stepped on a bug. You must
have kicked a dog or something, and or littered or whatever. And
it reminded me of like if you ever played Skyrim. Well, probably everyone's played Skyrim. But,
no, I played like
I haven't either.
Oh gosh. Well,
I watched people play Skyrim.
I would imagine most people played Skyrim. If you accidentally tap that, I'm sure you're familiar with Skyrim too.
Yeah.
You have that Fusro Die. You yell out, and it's like it's essentially force push. So it's very easy to accidentally do that. So you just be looking at something and you want to interact with it, maybe like a chicken or something. You do it and you just Fusro Da this chicken, and then every guard in town's just like, "Die, you fiend!" It's like, what? Then you just have to pay a fine or go to jail for pissing off a chicken.
Oh God.
Yeah. So let's see. Outside of that, I played a lot more Yakuza 7. I'm done with Dragon Quest, so Yakuza is my next venture. I've kind of hit that wall where a lot of reviewers saying, hey, I'm having this issue where I'm getting somewhere and then I need to grind. I'm at that part now. I hate it.
You never had to grind in Yakuza before, did you? Well, I mean, they've never really...
No.
Yeah.
They've never been RPGs, so... But I'm at that point now where it's just like, I hate that you can't just, like, save in dungeons. Because I went down into a dungeon thinking, I'm going to grind. I went all the way through this dungeon. Got to the very end of it. And I got my ass kicked by the last person. And all that experience I gained up into that point... No, yeah.
Wow, they didn't even do like how, because I think Dragon Quest
now you can pay money to like save your progress and like just start back over. My thing is though, this game is kind of based around the idea that you are like I'm not gonna completely spoil it. You have no money in this game. Right. Money is incredibly hard to come by, and they're wanting to charge you like a fifth of your money, and I'm like, no, sorry, it took me forever to get that money. Like, literally, there's a mechanic in this game where you go in front of a vending machine and search for change. So, there's also, like, picking up cans.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
you are broke as shit in this game. So like, if they want to take 100,000 yen from me, nah.
Yeah. It's kind of that makes me want to play the game even more because there's very little like anime or games or whatever that I've seen that acknowledge that kind of that level of just being broke as hell or whatever.
Oh no,
in
you're
Japan.
broke as shit at the beginning of this game.
I think like
And I got to a point where I'm doing this like business simulator. I'm sure that people have played this. Are like, oh, this fucking part. Do you have to run this business? And it is insanely detailed. And you don't have to do it, but I mean, I did it to get you get an extra party member if you complete it. But you have to manage the employees. You have to manage the businesses. You have to upgrade the businesses. You have to do shareholder meetings.
Oh.
And it's just like, oh. And I spent like 3 hours on this thing.
right. You think
And
it's
I
like a
barely
quick
squeaked
little
by.
like a mini game, and it's
That could be an entire game on its own.
I hate those types of games, like the management sim games. I
always skip
despise
past them
those.
normally. And if I knew that I wasn't going to get a party member out of it,
right.
I
You
would
would
have
have
it. It's
just
an
not even
it's an
bother.
optional party member, correct? But this lady you get, she's pretty badass. I actually like her. So she fights with a box cutter, but I mean,
As long as it's a sharp box cutter.
it is. Clerk is her class.
Oh, what was it? The animated came to my mind when I was thinking of the when you're just broke as hell. Hinamatsuri. That's a very, very good show. If you ever get a chance.
I don't know it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to explain anything about it. it's better if you look it up, but it's
I know
great.
it. I know it's about a character that's broke. That's,
one of the characters that you meet is super broke, and it's hilarious. I mean, it shouldn't be, but
Like
it's
one
hilarious.
of the job class that you have in Yakuza 7 is homeless.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you would imagine like all the moves that are based around that. That's why I love this game. It's so much charm. But like one of them is like throw bird seeds on an enemy and then all the seeds come out. Attack him. One of them's like this. If you want to heal, he like lays down a piece of cardboard and like takes a nap real
Oh
quick
my
on the ground.
goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy shit like that. This game is amazing. I did download Yakuza 3 because it came out on Game Pass.
I saw that.
And I was going to start that, and I did for like 5 minutes just to kind of see how it looked. I'm not about the dual-wield Yakuza games, though, so
That's a lot.
I'll wait.
I'll
wait till I'm done.
I haven't gone back to Yakuza 0 yet. I want to play Yakuza 7, but I feel like I missed the boat on 0 through 6. Because it's a lot.
I never finished 5 and 6, so, I mean, I still have stuff to do. I like 3. Most people hate 3. I think 3 is good. It's slow-paced, much more than the other ones, but I like the pacing of it. I mean, I'm a guy that likes Shenmue. Slow pace doesn't bother me if the environment's correct. So, and lastly, and this is going to lead into our first news topic. See, everything's kind of playing together today.
Yep.
And nobody else played this because, as we discussed in pre-show, I'm the only cool guy here with a PlayStation 5. So, there was a demo. It's called the Maiden demo out for Resident Evil 5. No, not Resident Evil 5. Fuck, I'm way behind. Resident Evil 8.
All
Resident
credibility
Evil
destroyed.
Village.
Resident Evil 8. Yeah. Yeah, Dwight's over here like, I played that whole damn game. Just didn't get a demo. So Resident Evil 8 Maiden demo on PlayStation 5. As I alluded to talking to you earlier, this is an insanely short demo.
Yeah.
Dude, I blew through this thing in 10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow,
heard-
really?
Yeah, I heard it was really
10
short,
minutes,
yeah.
and I was not trying.
Dang.
It's more of a. It's not really like a gameplay demo. It's more of like a.
No, it's to
environment and
show you
stuff.
what the environment
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
like a
it's
tech
for.
demo or something.
Yeah.
Yep, and it's not even. It looks fine. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like
It looks fine. That's high praise.
it's fine. That's my praise on everything today. But
Yeah.
so I'm walking around. I'm like, this looks really good, but this looks like Resident Evil 7 did to me. Like visual. I mean, obviously it's the same engine.
Yeah, the same engine.
I could definitely see this running on last gen or Xbox One and PS4 just fine.
Which it will.
Yeah, it will. It
later
will.
on
They
this
discussed that
year
already,
or whatever.
But I mean, yeah, it's nothing to write home about. I mean, it's good looking. I'm not saying it looks bad. looks fine. It's just like I was not blown away. So
I might have to. There's a lot of, of course, everybody and their grandma has Let's Plays on YouTube, so I've seen a couple of them already.
Just watch something. I mean, I can give you the play-by-play. You're in a dungeon. You get out of the dungeon. You leave the building. Done.
Then you wander around and do the.
You solve things. 1.5 puzzles. So, insanely easy. They're not even real puzzles. I mean, if you figure out how to use a key, if you consider that a puzzle, then
it's like the block game you played when you were a kid.
Yeah. Or they give monkeys in labs to fit that's probably the same game. Kids are dumb.
So did you do you get to meet Alcina Dimitrescu?
Is that the girl?
Yeah, the big
tall lady.
One.
So she is at the very end of the demo.
Huh. Okay,
that makes sense.
So you only have one threat in the entire demo, and that's the bat lady. I don't
one
know.
of her daughters.
Chick.
Yes,
yeah.
She's in there. You have to run away from her for just a moment. You run out the door, and then tall lady stabs you.
Oh,
spoiler.
Yeah, spoilers.
And that's it. That's the demo.
It's interesting.
Other than that, there's no conflict at all. It's spooky. Nice atmosphere. I mean, I had the lights turned off. I had my nice little TV. I had the surround sound. Well, it's the sound bar going. It sounded great. The sound design in this game is fantastic. So
I still haven't played Resident Evil 7. I got to get around to that.
Dude, Resident Evil 7 is dope.
I had to try it out. A lot of people really didn't like Resident Evil 5 and 6. I liked 5 and 6. I wouldn't say they were horror games.
I don't care for 5, but I like 6. Yeah, as a horror game, I'm not a fan of it that much.
You can't say they're horror games. I mean,
it's a horror-themed action game, and if you take it as that, it's fine.
Right, yeah. But I still like playing them. So that line of Resident Evil never bothered me. So when they changed it all for 7, I like how 7 are all right, let's make this actually scary. But the thing is, I'm not sure if anybody knows this. Resident Evil was never scary.
No,
never.
not really.
Not even the old ones. They were never scary.
I'd say the peak of scariness has got to be the Resident Evil 1 remake on GameCube.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
It actually had the visuals to back up the atmosphere a little bit.
And the Crimson Heads. Yeah. Holy shit. Those things were annoying as hell.
Yes.
And you run out of stuff so easily. But it's so besides that, I think the scariest enemy that's ever been in Resident Evil that I remember are the Regenerators from Resident Evil 4. Those things were scary as hell. I think the first time you see one and it's out in the wild, not the first one you see on a table, but you're just walking around, you're collecting shit.
It cuts around a corner or something.
You're
that,
opening boxes and stuff with Leon, and then all of a sudden you hear this thing just with this rattly breath going,
and then you turn the corner, oh shit.
Yeah, it's right there, and it's just shuffling towards you, and then it shoots out this spike thing and that kills you from across the room or whatever. Yeah, that thing was that was creepy. But Resident Evil as a whole,
Resident Evil 7 is legitimately has a lot of good atmosphere, so I think you'd enjoy it.
Resident Evil 7 looks like it's scary as shit, and that's kind of why I'm I don't know if I want to play this or not, because. Have you ever played Outlast?
I wouldn't say it's not PT bad. PT was scary to me, but it's not that bad. Resident Evil 7 is still good.
Outlast is one of that type of game. The first person, I'm gonna run away and you can't really shoot anything or do anything back kind of thing. Those just give you anxiety because you're hiding under beds and stuff, and there's no way for you to defend yourself. So I'm just man. I thought Resident Evil 7 was like that throughout the whole game, but apparently it's not, so I might have to actually try that.
Let's see where we're at on this time frame here, because I don't want to get too into the weeds, and we still have news to go. So we're at 35 minutes. That's not too bad.
Not too bad.
I guess, yeah. So I guess real quick, Jonathan, you've been quiet. Any Resident Evil experience?
The only Resident Evil experience I've had was watching someone from Night Dive Studios play through Resident Evil 4 Remake.
There's not a Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh, is it not a remake? Maybe,
no.
I must have been thinking of a different one because he
Secret
played
announcement.
He played a couple. He played a couple different Resident Evils, so this must have just been the original then.
Yeah,
they do have
maybe
HD,
the HD version.
Yeah, they do have HD versions and stuff like that. So that may have been it.
But not a remake.
Maybe that's what it was.
Did the main character have this floppy blonde 90s looking haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 4. Yeah. It's 4.
Okay.
Which is probably my favorite one. Yeah.
Yeah, but that and it's funny because you mentioned Outlast, and I was actually about to say that because I knew the only other experience I've had was seeing a little bit of Resident Evil 7 gameplay, and comparing the two, I was like, wow, this is really different because Resident Evil 7 is a lot like Outlast.
Yeah.
At least at the beginning. At least you have a gun,
right?
Which is like the only difference. But
they try to make it a lot like it.
Yeah, because it came out like right after Outlast, didn't it? Or like a year or so after. So it's like it was interesting that they changed the whole dynamic of it and made it scary. Because Resident Evil 4 isn't really all that scary.
No, I mean they're definitely, and I would say Resident Evil 7 is scary at the beginning because you don't have much to defend yourself, and it's all very new to you, and it's you're like, what's going on? And like I said, the sound design is friggin' amazing in these games. Once you start to get some firearms, it's not so scary at that point.
Which usually that's what happens. Obviously, see, games where like horror games you can't defend yourself just give me anxiety, and I can't get into them.
I don't care to play them, to be honest. Like,
me neither. I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna run around and hide under stuff and like not do anything.
I had a friend give me this past week, and I don't think I texted you. I texted Richard because no podcast, Richard. Check that out. But I know he would appreciate it. Somebody gave me a box of PS1 games, like a coworker that's like, oh, I had these sitting around. And I was like, okay, I'm not expecting anything in there really valuable. But I was like, cool, I'll take them. I collect games.
That's what I do.
If you didn't know, I do video games sometimes. But in that stack was all the Resident Evils. 1, 2, and 3 on PS1.
Oh, wow.
Silent Hill, the first one.
First one's really
which
good.
is not a really cheap PS1 game anymore.
Yeah.
The first Silent Hill. And a game that is not cheap at all was Clock Tower.
They had the original
on
Clock
PS1.
Tower?
Complete.
Not the
Super
original
Nintendo
one.
one.
Yeah.
But the original one for us. But Clock Tower on PS1. I don't know if you've looked that game up recently. That's like a $120 game on eBay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was like, awesome. I mean, I don't really plan on playing it. I'm not.
Yeah, I'll probably never play Clock Tower. I played the original Clock Tower on Super Nintendo on like a emulator, and I think you can use like the SNES mouse on there or something like that.
You can.
And I was just like, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I mean, really good looking game though.
But I was just like, wow, I can't believe. I mean, they gave them to me, so they had the opportunity to research if they had anything.
Right.
So
that's mine now.
There was a bunch of games in there. It was a very weird selection. It was a bunch of horror games, like 2 South Park games, Donald Duck Going Quackers on Sealed. Donald Duck Going Quackers was sealed.
I wonder why.
And then like a couple like Real Bass Fishing and Dukes of Hazzard.
Nice.
Wow.
It's like the most random assortment of games. So, no RPG, sadly. I didn't expect as much. Usually, the RPG and the Dukes of Hazzard crowd, not the same crowd.
Yeah.
But
I guess all this talk about Resident Evil, we're kind of jumping the shark a little bit. Leads us into our first news story this week. We need a news theme.
Yes.
I'll add one in later. That's it. That's the news theme. I'm just gonna pull that recording out for every subsequent episode.
Had to speed run the PS5 demo. I'm like looking at different Resident
Just
Evil.
play the demo.
Village.
That's called speed running the demo. If you just play it,
It's like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But so we're talking about.
So you looked all this up. So
Yeah.
Resident Evil Village preview event, which was on Sunday. I watched it. It wasn't very long.
No.
It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But if you want to rapid fire kind of what happened through this, you looked it up. I didn't.
So I'm
I'll
looking
leave
at
that
a little synopsis here from Games Radar about the Resident Evil 8 gameplay demo breakdown, or the gameplay showcase. It's just a couple things about the game itself. Honestly, the main thing that you learn is that this game is going to be a lot like Resident Evil 4. Like, a lot like Resident Evil 4. You have like a merchant get the name of the merchant.
And it's the same protagonist as Resident Evil 7, which I didn't know that was going to be a thing.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was. Well, I just figured it was the same guy.
No, I did not. I thought it was going to be something completely different. So.
And you see that it's not the. They don't show you what he looks like, which I guess that was a thing from the 7th one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you see him like once. But yeah.
Good. So then, of course, you have inventory Tetris again with the attaché case, just like in Resident Evil 4.
I'm okay.
I like
okay with
that. I like that because that was actually pretty sweet. And of course, you know, as the game went along and you upgraded it, you would get a bigger attaché case and everything. So, I mean, basically, there's a lot of stuff in this game that makes it a lot like Resident Evil 4. And in some of the gameplay demo, you could see, you know, he's outside fighting this big werewolf thing, and there's like smaller enemies coming after him, which looks a lot like the El Gigante fight from Resident Evil 4, sort of, kind of. So, I mean...
A lot like, sort of, kind of?
Yeah. Almost exactly, sort of, kind of, not really. But yeah, that's... It was so, I mean, the interesting thing about this is that a lot of people have been, you know, calling for, oh, you know, they may do a Resident Evil 4 remake, and they should probably do that because Resident Evil 4 was awesome, and they just did 2 and 3. You know, honestly, I don't think they should do that, but I think they may not do it at all now because Resident Evil 8 is the Resident Evil 4 remake. Like, honestly, the whole...
I mean, Resident Evil 4 doesn't really look that bad.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't.
No, not at all.
I would play the shit out of a remake.
Yeah,
but I mean, they don't. They don't have to do it.
I think we should give it a little bit more time before we come to like a remake. But either way, Resident Evil 8 at this time is the Resident Evil 4 remake because it even has the way that you upgrade, you know, weapons and collect money.
Yeah, it is. It is taking a lot of stuff.
It's first person.
Another big
RE4.
announcement. Here's the thing. I think if there was a Resident Evil 4 remake in the works, they would have this like
they would have told
little
us.
event they did. Yeah. This would have been the time to say it.
Yeah, so it's like 25th anniversary, right?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you have an event about Resident Evil. Why would you not mention it if you were working on it?
Right.
So, because they also announced Reverse, which is like the multiplayer component, which I guess they're just trying to drive a multiplayer component
And
in every one of these now.
The worst Resident Evil game name.
Yeah,
Nobody
did not understand
likes
that.
No, this
Nobody likes these. Nobody cares about these, but they just really want you to want this.
It was terrible in Resident Evil 3, and this one looks pretty much just as bad. So
It looks horrible.
And you know, I'm not being salty that we couldn't get into that beta that was for creators or anything, but it does
Did you submit us? Because I did not.
I think I tried to get there. I don't know.
Okay, maybe you couldn't get the option.
Because
if we did not submit a you know, then I cannot.
Yeah,
I can't be salty at all.
But from it just
they're not going to seek us out.
Honestly, there's only 2 types of multiplayer that I would like to see in a Resident Evil game. One is the mercenary style from like Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. Those are actually really good. I like those a lot. And then that's for more of the action style, you know, Resident Evil's like 4, 5, and 6 or whatever. Then the other style is the Outbreak style, where it's like co-op and you're in like, you know, a city or like a big area, and you're basically playing old school Resident Evil with just like 3 other people there with you. Which I actually played Outbreak File 2 on PS2 back when it was up.
I would love to get that game. That game's expensive now too.
Yeah, I had it on. Of course, I don't have the real copies. I had it on a hard drive or whatever on my PS2, but I was able to play it right before they turned the servers off. I had to have like my laptop share the internet connection setting with the PS2 so I could get online to do all that. But after I went through all those damn hoops and everything, that was an amazing game, and it was way ahead of its time. And I mean, nobody played it, but anybody who did play it swears by that game, and they've been waiting for them to do like a remake or something like that since then. And I mean, honestly, if they did that, I think it would do really well because, you know, survival games and all that is I mean, cool now. So why'd they make this deathmatch?
4-player co-op game that they did?
4-player co-op?
They did a 4-player co-op game. I'm trying to remember. I played it, and everyone hated it.
Raccoon City.
Operation Raccoon City.
Raccoon City. Yeah, they made another one too.
Everyone
the Umbrella.
Everyone
Chronicles.
hated this.
Umbrella Corps.
That was the Umbrella Corps was a multiplayer though. Versus, I believe.
It had some co-op missions too. But not like Operation Raccoon City though. Operation Raccoon City.
Here's the thing though,
like
the Raccoon City, everyone hated it. I played it. I thought it was fine. Like I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean,
I think if they took that same formula and expanded upon it, I'd be down.
It was pretty good. The story was kind of like, B tier, writers jumped on this or whatever. But I mean, I thought it was a pretty good game.
It's Strange Brigade, which is, everyone knows that's one of my favorite things. It's Strange Brigade, but in Resident Evil setting, and I'm cool with that. Which is Left 4 Dead, practically. Just not first person.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own unique abilities.
But I guarantee if they announce, like, Outbreak File 3 or some sort of HD re-release of the first two, people would eat that shit up. But no, they gave us, like, this random deathmatch, like Super Smash Brothers Resident Evil bullshit, so...
Yeah.
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 Good luck with that.
I guess the other big takeaway, and we said this earlier, is this is coming out on PS4 and Xbox One as well, which is probably why the game does not look as mind-blowing as I expected it to.
Yeah.
It still looks good.
Yeah. So,
can you imagine this on... did you play Resident Evil 7 on... I know you said you didn't really play much, but did you play it on original Xbox One?
No.
Yeah, this shit has Vaseline all over the screen. It's good on One X.
I played a demo. I played the demo on PS4, and it was kind of rough then, but not terrible.
It's definitely rough on Xbox. Let me tell you that Xbox One S. It's rough.
Yeah.
So that's that. What do we got next here? See, I went out of order. That was technically the last thing. Now we're just kind of like, whatever at this point. So, Duffer has no access to any of what we're looking at. So,
actually,
I have the little list.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the list.
Yeah.
No, okay. Take one, Duffer. You're that guy. Join in the conversation. I don't want you just to be in the background. You have a good personality.
Actually, I don't know. Okay, so actually, I will talk about this because I looked.
If you have something, yeah.
Well, yeah. I looked at the Monster Hunter Special Edition Switch thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
And you do. You do have a Switch.
Yes,
we know
I do.
This
I do have a Switch.
Mario All Stars.
I do not understand this is the second one that I've seen, and I've just kind of tilted my head because it looks. I mean, I guess it looks fine. It looks super busy, and I don't know
it does.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Yeah, I don't know like all the Monster Hunter lore or the symbols or what they all mean or anything like that. But that was the first thing I noticed. It looks super busy, and why do they never do anything with the kickstand in the back? Because the kickstand in the back breaks the whole, and they did the same thing.
You're doing all these paint jobs. You could fix one thing while you're at it.
Yeah, they did the same thing with the
Mario one. The
Mario one.
Yeah.
And you turn it on the back, and it's got this black kickstand. You're like, well, that ruins the whole thing. Like, why aren't you doing something with this? You make
it's like they have all these kickstands printed up, and you're like, well, we got to put them on something.
I guess it's like, come on.
I wonder if that's some sort of mandate where they have to keep it like black. But yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about. Like they could have painted it with it or whatever, and they definitely didn't do it.
Mine's not black. Mine's because I have a custom one.
Oh,
so that fancy.
Mine's fancy. I have the Great Wave of Kanagawa on the back of mine. It's the whole Switch is that. So
I couldn't tell if that design is actually because it looks like it has that kind of like grainy finish on it. I couldn't tell if that was just like painted on there or if that was actually.
It's probably like some sort of print, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Just based off of because I actually bought the Smash Brothers Switch bundle that they came out with. I sold the dock and the Joy-Cons. I just needed the Switch.
Right.
So, and that paid for the entire Switch, by the way. So
nice.
They've released a couple of Monster Hunter systems over the years. PSPs, 3DSs.
I have one. I have the PS4 Pro Monster Hunter, which looks amazing, I must say. So not a lazy one at all.
I do think that these. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I mean, just like you said, it does look really busy compared to.
Yeah.
I think this Pro Controller actually looks pretty dope, though. The
Pro Controller doesn't look bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Pro Controller. I still don't have a Pro Controller. I think I got...
Maybe this is your time now.
No, I'm good on
there you
that.
go.
Those are like $80.
Dude, the Pro Controllers are pretty good.
You know, I think I talked to you about it with the Monster Hunter demo. I tried to go back and play it again.
So what are you playing with?
Just solo. I haven't played any kind of.
No, I mean, what are you playing with? Like, what control method are you?
using? PS4 controller.
Okay.
So
okay, that's fine. Are you using the Joy-Cons in that
hell
dock?
no.
No wonder you hate stuff on the Switch.
Hell no. Yeah, I'm not a barbarian. So I tried playing.
I thought we were gonna have to have a talk.
I tried playing with the Joy-Cons, and it is just bad. It's
awful.
It's really.
Yeah.
I mean, the Joy-Cons are fine for RPGs or anything that you don't have to do any kind of like precise movements or anything.
Yeah. Anything where you don't actually have to play the game.
Right.
much.
But I mean, fighting games, shooters, and then Monster Hunter. No way. No, it's terrible. And at first I thought it was like and even with the PS4 controller, I thought, oh, maybe there's lag or something, but it just doesn't feel right. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'll make a movement.
Also, the triggers have absolutely no travel on the Pro controllers. My probably only thing I don't care for.
Yeah.
Like they are straight analog, and I mean not analog. They're like digital, and they have literally you just tap them. They're buttons.
I don't like that.
Oh,
They're
really?
not triggers. They're
like
buttons.
No. So what I use a $10 8-bit DOE controller, and then I just have my PS4 controller hooked up to it, and everything works. Even have the little 6-axis controls that shows up in games. You can use that.
Yeah.
You can, the little touch. Well, not the touchpad, but not the touch surface. But you can press it and everything, and use it as as the share button. And I mean, it works really well. I love it for most games. But Monster Hunter in this one, I've seen people do speed runs and stuff of this demo. I don't really see how they do it. Because everything just feels like the controls just feel off to me. They just feel really laggy. I tried it again, and I'd press a button, and it would happen like seconds later, and I'm just like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel good. I can't really get into it.
It didn't feel that bad to me. I was using a Pro controller. I don't care for the triggers on the Pro controller. Other than that, I love the controller.
Yeah.
It's actually
it may just be my damn 8-bit DOE adapter. I don't know. I tried doing the Joy-Cons, and then it still felt like really laggy, and I was just like, I couldn't deal with it.
I don't know, dude. I have like just because I have 2 real Pro controllers, and I have like 6 non-other ones that is just like I've acquired, just because I was like, oh, that looks nice, and then I got it, and I'm like, why do I have this? But I have the Monster Hunter PlayStation 4 controller too. I've never used.
New
just because I was just like, it looks nice.
I always loved the
the
aesthetic of like Monster Hunter, so I'm sure it does look real nice.
Yeah. It's a red controller with some like Monster Hunter gibberish on it. So.
All the
yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
As
It's
opposed
red,
to like
I'm sold.
English words.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter gibberish.
Yeah.
I'll
just
take
pig
the
Latin.
next one. I guess we'll just go round robin here. So, games with gold and PlayStation Plus for February. So both of these lists, actually the PlayStation list I'll start off with, that list looks a lot more impressive to me. I'm just going to be real. You get way more games. You get 5 games with gold and 3 games with PlayStation Plus. But PlayStation Plus, they already talked about it, like December or something, right? They announced that Destruction All-Stars is coming to PlayStation Plus for PS5. Control Ultimate Edition, which has its next-gen upgrade, is out as well. And Concrete Genie. That's your third, which I actually bought Concrete Genie, played it for like 5 minutes, and was like, eh.
I have no idea what Concrete Genie is.
It is if you could imagine like Little Big Planet, and not how it plays, but just the like whimsical nature of it.
The aesthetics and all that.
Jet Set Radio mixed with it is a very weird style. I can't say exactly. It's one of those games where it's just like you start it up, and it's being so storybooky and so whimsical. I'm just like, this is too much. Stop with this.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about.
I'm not 5 years
This
old.
is
So
colorful as shit. I mean, it looks kind of it's interesting because that's all like graffiti on the walls and everything on like the.
and you play as the graffiti that you create. It has a cool idea.
Why have I not heard of this? This actually
I don't know,
looks pretty interesting.
but it's gonna be free. It's on PS4. I actually bought it digital, but I mean now you can try it for free.
This came
It's
out in
like
2019.
Epic Mickey.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is a lot like Epic Mickey, a little bit.
There you go.
This came out in 2019. I've
Monkey.
never even seen this before in my life. That's
I
pretty
hadn't
crazy.
heard of this either.
How did you miss this?
I have no idea. I've never. This is the first I've ever even heard of this. It was announced
I
in
think it has
2017.
a PlayStation VR mode, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it VR?
This is on.
I've never used the. Well, no, I mean you can use it. I played it non VR. I think it has a VR mode.
So this is on PlayStation Plus now.
It's on PlayStation Plus for February. It doesn't give me the date on
February,
this thing I
okay.
picked. So.
February. Yeah, that's pretty
I might
interesting.
try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a go. Yeah, that's right. We know you have a PS4 now too. We know all
Yes.
about you.
Yeah, you should definitely. If you have PS Plus, it's definitely worth it to download them. Just to have a collection of stuff you can go back to.
Although if you stop paying for it, you lose all of it immediately.
Yes,
So
immediately.
Keep on paying for it.
Yeah.
Give them your money. So before we move on really quick and talking about giving money, there's a lot of people that are not amused about the situation with Control Ultimate Edition.
Mm-hmm.
So being on PS Plus
Not
for
amused.
February.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with that, and what we're referring to is that people that started their if they had Control Ultimate Edition.
Yeah.
I mean,
On PS4.
Ultimate Edition came out not that long
Right.
ago.
Right.
For one.
Right.
But on the other end of that is if you started it on PS4 and you have a PS5 and you want to continue on,
You can't do it.
you
You
can't
gotta
do
start
that.
all over. So well, let's start even before that. So Control has been out for about a couple years. What, 2 years now? Maybe a year and some
yeah,
change.
sure.
Yeah,
So anyway,
about
just
that.
say
About that.
sure.
Yeah.
yeah. So about that. So they announced, hey, there's going to be earlier, last year. They announced, hey, there's going to be a PS5 and a Series X version of Control. You'll finally be able to get all the stuff that the PC users have been getting, ray tracing support, maybe 60 frames a second, all that stuff. And people are like, all right, cool, that's awesome. And they're like, so we're going to get a free upgrade, right? Like everybody else is like, nah, bro, you're not getting a free upgrade. You got to get the Ultimate Edition to be able to get that. Now, a lot of people have already bought, the game plus all the, the DLC and everything. I mean, which is fine. They do that a lot to get Ultimate Editions or whatever. So that's fine. You had to get the Ultimate Edition to get the upgrade to the next generation. So a lot of people did that. All right, cool. So we got it. So on PS5 and on Xbox, actually, I think like a week or so ago, they had the Ultimate Edition on sale for like $20 or so. And I picked up the Ultimate Edition for Xbox Series X.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, so I got that because I had Control already, but I didn't have the DLC. So I got the Ultimate Edition just to get everything. And, all right, so now I'm good for, the upgrade when that comes out. On PS4, so they're like, all right, cool. It's been, dropped down to $20. I'm going to get it. Now it's been announced that the same day that the PS5 version comes out, they released this for free on PS Plus. So it's like a big fuck you to everybody who bought it for $20 2 weeks ago.
Do you think they're doing this on purpose?
They're not
think
doing it on
it's
purpose. Sony isn't.
You think it's just a series of bad timing?
it is a series of bad timings because there was, there's somebody who figured out, I guess, when they first said that, hey, you can't get an upgrade for Ultimate Edition or whatever. And they said, oh, well, the Ultimate Edition and regular edition are too different. It's not going to work. But then, somebody noticed that when they had the regular edition with all the DLC, and then when they went into their library, it said they had Ultimate Edition, and then they had to reverse that and take all that out or whatever. Yeah. Because they're like, oh, well, if I have the DLC,
the Control PR person's just stop.
Yeah, it's like if I had the DLC, why can't I have the Ultimate Edition?
Terrible.
Why do I have to buy all that stuff over? And then they threw that away. But so now, on top of that, you wasted your $20 when it's about to be free in a week, right when it comes out, and you can't get a refund for that. Now you can't even use your saves. You bought it for PS4. And like, all right, cool. I'm gonna start it now, and then I'm gonna upgrade it. I'm gonna be all good. And I'm like, nope, you gotta start that shit all over.
To be completely fair, and I'm playing devil's advocate, mind you. I'm saying this is not good. Still, I'm just playing devil's advocate. if you had the intention of playing this on PlayStation 5, why the fuck did you start it on PlayStation 4 in the first place?
I mean, which is true.
Just don't do
That's
that.
a valid point.
Yeah,
People
that
can't
is
wait.
True. That is true. But I mean, it's been
friggin' wait. Like,
it's been like months.
yeah.
So I mean, I can feel that.
Yeah.
I've specifically not started Control on Xbox One X at all because
Xbox One X.
I just didn't want to play. I just didn't want to play it not at 60 frames when I know.
So
the
I
60
actually
frame
started
version is
on One
coming
X,
out.
played it a good bit. I started on PC, got even farther, and I'm gonna start it over again. So,
See, not everybody wants to do that. I sure as hell wouldn't want to do that.
I don't want to do that, but I mean, I want to play through the whole thing, and I just, I can't. It's.
Do you?
I just can't make up my mind. Is what my.
Do we
problem
know
is,
if that's
so.
the same issue on Xbox? Like if you started on Xbox One?
You know what? I can find out.
Because I mean, I heard
I'll
it.
let you know next episode if nobody else says anything.
Yeah, I heard that was the issue for PlayStation. I haven't heard if that was an Xbox. But I mean, in general,
I bet it is.
Xbox does
Because I have my
better
One X
with,
and I still have my Series X hooked. Well, I obviously have my Series X hooked
Yeah.
up. But I still have my One X hooked up too. I'll start it on that.
and then play the
I'll do a save and then I'll try and
see if it works. In general, Xbox does a better job with save transfers than PlayStation
Way
does.
better.
But
Did they say why you can't use your saves? Because that doesn't make any sense to me.
they say that the PS5 version, the next gen version, uses like a newer version of the engine and everything. They changed too much stuff so the saves won't be transferable. That's what they said. So I mean,
that could just be fluff speak for we don't really know. Just don't worry about it.
yeah. What is it?
Why would they? That doesn't. Why would they make it on an old? That. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I don't
Game
understand that.
February.
But, okay.
I mean, they also said that you couldn't buy the game and have all the DLC and then get the Ultimate Edition.
Don't make me bust out the
which
gong here.
You could have, but they didn't.
Yeah.
We're gonna bust out the gong.
That's another
Games
thing
of
that's
gold.
like. If you're gonna do that, at least give the people who already bought everything, at least give them like a steep discount or something.
Yeah. Like free, but they didn't tell you that it was going to be free.
Yeah, exactly.
So they just announced it was going to be free now once everybody already bought it.
I mean, I could see like charging maybe a few extra bucks because you're getting new like graphics and stuff like that. I could see that,
Right.
like maybe
Yeah.
10 or 15 bucks or something like that.
A paid upgrade, but they didn't. They also didn't want to do that because they said Microsoft has like a policy against paid upgrades. So you have to pay $40 for the whole game instead of $5 for an upgrade. So yeah,
that's interesting. I didn't know that there was something like that.
Yeah, they said that back when they first announced it because people asked the same thing. It's like, hey, well, why don't we get like a paid upgrade or something? It's like, oh no, we can't really do that. Microsoft won't let us do it, and then you just have to buy the whole game over. And it's like, well, okay. They didn't give a real reason why they couldn't do a paid upgrade. So. Yeah,
You're lucky the Gong app is being stupid.
The Gong app.
Yeah. So for ramblings, I downloaded this app that essentially is just a gong. So like, stop the rambling. But it's acting dumb.
Yeah,
I got a cowbell. Oh no, I don't have a cowbell on this phone.
All right, so
but yeah,
let's see. There we go. Mortal Kombat has begun. Games with gold. That was not. It was meant to be more like a shut up bell, not a fight bell. Games with gold. I love how they give you like the breakdown in dollars. So $104.95 worth of value, which that's if you probably bought them all at full price. But so this is actually not a terrible list. It just doesn't look as good. You get 5 games, February 1st through February 28th. They also give you like the days. Is Resident Evil Remake. The one that was on GameCube, but it's the Xbox version.
Ooh, that's cool. I don't know if I have that yet.
I have it on GameCube and I have it on Xbox. And I think I have it for Wii, but whatever. I digress.
The Wii.
February 16th through March 15th, you get Dandara. Dandara Trials of something I can't read.
Fear.
That's already
Trials of Fear edition.
They already put that on gold.
Good. Well, it's on gold
Yeah,
now.
because I already have it.
February 16th.
on gold.
February 1st through February 28th, Gears 5. So, I mean, if you're one of those few people that didn't buy the game for super cheap and doesn't have Game Pass,
then there you go. Yeah.
Then there you go. February 1st through February 15th, my pick of the month, which we mentioned on the last episode, oddly enough, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, which is an original Xbox game that, I mean, it's an original Xbox game. Don't expect too much and you'll be fine. And February 16th through February 28th, another of my favorites. This is probably my second pick. Lost Planet 2. Which I think has been on gold before.
Lost Planet, I believe so, because I have it. But that was actually a long time ago. I think it was before Xbox One.
Yeah. It was a super long time ago, yeah. I mean, I actually have all the Lost Planet games.
Yeah, I don't have Lost Planet 3 on Xbox, but I do have it on PS3.
This is Lost Planet 2. This is Lost Planet 2 that you're getting.
Yeah.
Lost Planet 2, I've actually never played Lost Planet 3, and I haven't.
Yeah, 3...
I just never actually popped a disc in.
I started, but it's so different. It's like way, way different.
I know it's different. I just haven't got around to it. Lost Planet 2, if you have someone to play co-op with, I must emphasize this a lot, because it is hard as hell if you don't.
Yeah.
If you have someone to play co-op with, this game is fantastic. If you don't, just don't bother.
Yeah. I kind of missed the story from the first game, though. The original Lost Planet.
I didn't really pay attention to the story in any of them, so it's fine. You shooting bugs, and you're a guy.
Yeah. The second one's definitely more co-op focus, but yeah. Multiplayer focus.
That's it, though. That's the whole thing. Not the whole episode. That's all you get for Games with Gold. There was Game Pass stuff. I forgot it, though. I know Yakuza's out. I mentioned that. I'm going to mention it a lot because those games are fantastic, so... but yeah, that's it for Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus for the month of February.
Mm-hmm.
What's next on this list? Because I have way too many tabs open for some reason, and I lost it.
We actually went through most of it, except for Biomutant.
Oh yeah, Biomutant, which I have pre-ordered at a GameStop that I don't live near anymore because it's been that long.
They announced this years
it's
ago.
Finally coming out. What is it? May 26th? When did they announce Biomutant? I should have looked that part up. I'm kind of curious. It's been a super long time.
Back in 2017 at some point.
Yes, because I remember when they announced it. I remember it was during E3. I mean, it was just like a cinematic trailer, so you don't really see anything. I don't think they've never released anything besides cinematic trailers for this, have they?
No, they released some gameplay. I've seen some.
Really? Okay.
Does anybody care about this except for me? Am I the only person?
Yeah, no.
I hadn't really heard about it.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm the only person. Yeah,
I
August
will say,
19th.
I will say that I'm kind of perturbed because they're like, oh, this is back in 2017. I've been waiting for Psychonauts 2 since 2016, so shut your mouth.
You don't have shit on my Shenmue 3. I mean, I got it, but, I'm just saying.
Eventually, yeah.
No one will ever beat that. So... You'll never, ever win. Never.
Oh, Biomutant. Oh, okay, so they had it at PAX East. All right, so I didn't know that. The last I paid attention to it was that, like, initial trailer at E3, like, years ago.
And I guess kind of a surprise thing. Not really a surprise. Maybe, sort of. Was it, like, last year? When Final Fantasy VII Remake came out. This is not really part of the news. I'm just going to throw it in there. Because I saw it on some article somebody wrote. I don't know. Credit to somebody somewhere. Yeah, that's vague, right? So last year when Final Fantasy VII Remake came out, I tend to go to... I didn't last year, obviously, for obvious reasons. I tend to go to a symphony, some sort of video game symphony every year. The year previous was Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Oh, nice.
The year before that was a Zelda one. The year before that was a Final Fantasy one. I do that just about every year. Last year was supposed to be the Final Fantasy VII Remake Symphony. That's where we were supposed to go to. It got pushed back till later in the year, and it got pushed back again. It was supposed to come out in April this time around, and one of the big things is they were supposed to have an announcement, and everyone's automatic thing was, oh, okay, this is going to be a PS5 upgrade or an Xbox version. So it would be around that time frame, though, if I'm adding it up right, because it was a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
So I could totally see this within maybe by the time the next episode comes out, if you want, maybe get a PC, Xbox, next gen upgrade of Final Fantasy VII Remake get announced, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that's what the rumors are saying.
Yeah. So that I almost think it's inevitable. Maybe not by the time the next episode's out.
I've been waiting for that. I know it's going to happen, and of course they're not gonna want to say anything before that exclusivity deal is up. So I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, that concert got pushed back to December actually. So yeah, I'll get there eventually. I don't really like concerts, but I like symphonies. I mean, those are just concerts without singing.
Right.
Yeah. Man, the Pokemon one was the best. I wish the Pokemon one would come back. The Pokemon Evolution Tour, I think it was called, was fantastic.
That'd be
And the Zelda one is lazy. The Zelda one's insanely lazy. Everyone loves it, but it's lazy as hell. They never actually play the main. No one mentions this whenever I see reviews on this, talking about, oh, it's so awesome. They never play the main Zelda theme.
Really?
In the entire symphony. They dance around it. If anyone's familiar with like Link's Awakening, have you played that one? Yeah. So like at the beginning of it, there's like this big build up, and then there's like this bombastic like main theme. They do the build up, and then they cut to something else.
Oh
like,
man!
What is wrong with you? You're just hyping us up to pull the rug out. They're Charlie Brown in this entire show. So. Or what's that girl's name? You know.
Yeah, Lucy. Lucy. Yeah.
Yes.
Lucy.
Yeah, that's it.
Charlie Brown's the only one I remember. Oh no, I know Snoopy too. Yeah.
I know Snoopy too.
And the bird. See, I actually don't know the
Woodstock. Yeah.
bird. Do you know all the Charlie Brown?
I
people?
do. I do. Charlie. I have the entire.
What's the dirty one?
Pigpen. I have the entire collection of all of the Peanuts comics in my house.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just named all the ones I could remember at all, like names or not. So yeah. There's a blonde one, I think.
Oh yeah. There's that's Charlie Brown's sister, Sally. I think she's the only blonde one.
I'm learning some disturbing things about you here. Not really disturbing.
No, Peanuts was my jam when I was a kid. I love those
can tell.
comics. Whenever I would
Peanuts
read
and jam. That's, yeah. Peanuts and jam.
Oh yeah.
Thought of food. They go together well.
Whenever I would read the Sunday comics, that Peanuts and Garfield were my two. I would always save them for last because they were the best.
I do like Garfield. I like me some Calvin and Hobbes too.
Yes, I was so sad when that disappeared from our papers.
Yeah.
Calvin and Hobbes.
On a side note, I used to work at Borders, and there was this Calvin and Hobbes collection.
Yes.
And I never got it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yep. You can still get it on like Amazon and stuff. I need to go.
It's just like I could have got it for cheaper without a discount.
Now it's crazy expensive.
Now I have to pay real money for things.
Yeah, that's what happened when I left Best Buy. It's like shit. I'm gonna have to pay real money for cables and shit.
Yeah, damn. Exactly. That's where all the markup happens. Everyone seems to think we get like MacBooks and stuff for nothing. No.
It's the
cables. Best Buy. Yeah, it's like the little shit you don't think about
cables,
that nickel and dimes
paper.
you. That's exactly. That's where Best Buy makes money.
Yeah. Paper.
It's not on the MacBook
big
that you
box
buy.
items,
It's the hub that you bought for it, and the extension cable. That's where
the batteries for the damn remote. All that shit.
Exactly. That's where they're making that. So. Housekeeping notes. I guess I'm gonna try to get us on Google. I've been saying that forever, but I'll do it one day, possibly, maybe next time. I don't know.
Any coming soon releases that you guys are interested in?
I actually pulled those up and I completely forgot about that. So when's our next episode? Let's throw that out there.
2 weeks from now.
The 11th. Thank you.
Just in case. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Very astute.
Yeah,
so it's the 12th. The 12th.
The 12th. Oh, okay. Well, there's actually a pretty hefty list here, including My Universe, My Baby. Don't forget about that one for PlayStation 4. That's the highlight.
All right, so you have to explain that because I don't know anything.
Sounds like a dating sim.
I'm joking about that. Okay, I'll read the description for My Universe, My Baby. We got a little time. Time to Become a Parent. The first title in the My Universe collection. My Baby allows you to take care of your very own newborn baby boy or baby girl.
Oh. That sounds
Earn
fun.
unique badges that will help personalize your baby experience.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
customize your baby.
Yeah, you can customize your baby.
It's like those.
Add a
It's like
flamethrower.
those,
You know, whatever
those
you want to do.
DS and 3DS shovelware games.
That's
Yeah,
what it is,
that's
but this
exactly
one's on
what it sounds
PlayStation 4
like.
and Switch, so. But we're joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. You have Ride 4, which is a motorcycle game that I don't care about. You have East 9, Monstrum, Nox.
Yeah, I
what is
see
it, the
that
full
now.
title, Nox Packed Edition. I have that pre-ordered, and I'm excited. Even though I played the demo and was kind of annoyed with the control scheme.
Really?
Yeah, try the demo. The demo's only on PlayStation 4, but I don't. Did you play East 8?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I liked it. I never finished it, but
I played the demo. I
this
never,
one
I never bought it.
Oh, I bought the thing on PC because PC has like this HD texture pack that makes the game looks way better than every other version.
I mean, it's just a Vita. It's a Vita upscale, isn't it?
It is on
Ease
PS4,
8.
and the PC version is even farther. And it doesn't take anything to run. It's like a graphics engine they used on like PS2 for a while. So it's like Falcom gets their mileage out of these engines. that
Yeah,
they use.
yeah.
We have Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood, which looks cool to me.
Yeah, that one.
I have it rented on GameFly, so hopefully that'll pop up. That's like a third-person werewolf game. Neo 1 and 2 collection, which I don't know, did you read about this? I think if you have Neo 1 or 2, it's a free upgrade, is it not?
I heard something about that. I have Neo 1 Complete Edition. I never got the Neo 2 edition at all. I should.
Do you have to have the complete edition for the upgrade? You know, I'm asking you questions you don't know the answers to.
I saw it, but then kind of like didn't really pay attention to it because honestly, Neo, it already runs at like 60 frames and everything on PS4 Pro, and it looks pretty good. So I mean,
It does, but it could look better because I know this because I have Neo 1 on PC.
yeah.
And that version is the version I played. I have it on PS4 as well. I need to get Neo 2 on PC, but because I'm not that good at these sort of games. I'm decent, but I need a little help. So PC is where it needs to be played.
I do like the game though. Neo 1 and 2.
Out of all the Souls-like games, I think that's probably the one I'm the best at by far because your character is actually fast.
Yeah.
You could get the hell out of the way. That's my problem in Dark Souls. I cannot like get out of the way quick enough.
I'll take all your armor off.
Yeah, but then I'll die if someone sneezes on me. So. Let's see, Doug Flutie's Maximum Football. If you care about football,
Sort of the. Well, these actually came out like yesterday. Sort of the Necromancer just came out, and Olegia, I think it's called.
you're here talking real games.
Yeah.
Olegia looks really, really good. I might have to. I didn't buy it yesterday when I wanted to. I'm gonna buy it this weekend and try it out. So that would be on the.
I saw it was on Switch. It was like one of those games, you know, when they come out on Switch, they're like cheaper than they normally are.
Yeah.
I think it was like $9 on Switch or something. And it was like $15 normally. I might pick that up.
So you might actually, Jonathan. I don't know if you ever played the older the first Prince of Persia on DOS.
I own it. I have not played it.
It is. Well, I'm not going to say it's an amazing game because it's not
lie.
really. But if you played it at that time, because I had the original Prince of Persia on DOS, before having like a Sound Blaster equivalent, sound card and everything. I was playing it on straight PC speakers on my Packard Bell years ago, and I mean, I loved it. Even though I couldn't get past, you're supposed to beat the whole game in 1 hour. It gives you that time limit.
Really?
At the end of an hour, then the princess gets killed, or whichever. Never been able to beat the game, but the rotoscoping and everything is amazing. It looks, it's of course has pixelated graphics and everything, but all the movements, all the animation, everything just looks super smooth and amazing. It has really great, sword fighting and everything like that.
Is there another game that does this? That this game kind of looks like they made a remaster of it not that long ago. Frick, Another World or something like that. Is that
those
what it's called?
types of games? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Prince of Persia, Another World. Flashback.
Right.
So those kind of games.
Flashback.
Those kind of games. So Elysia is a lot
Blackthorn.
like that. Well, not really Blackthorn. Blackthorn isn't the same.
Blackthorn
It plays like that, but it doesn't look like that.
But it's not rotoscope. No, man, it doesn't look.
Definitely
like it.
doesn't
It does
look
play
as
like
cool.
that.
But yeah, it does play like it. But so Elysia looks like that. Elysia looks like rotoscoped, old school, like Prince of Persia, flashback.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it looks really good. So I saw this trailer. And I think I texted you, Mike. I was like, "Holy shit! This is the first time I wanted to buy a game just off the strength of the trailer in a long time."
That says a lot because you buy nothing.
Since I really don't.
I feel like
I usually only get stuff when it's on sale or whatever. But River City, I think River City Girls is the last game where I saw the trailer. I was like, "Oh shit! I gotta buy this immediately," and then just went to go buy it. But yeah, normally that doesn't happen. But yeah, this is a really good looking game. So look, I'll have my impressions for the next episode. So watch out.
How do you spell that?
Olija.
Ah.
The story actually looks pretty interesting too.
Interesting.
yeah, I may buy it. I don't know. We'll see. I have some shop credit like on the Switch. That's what I was thinking about on the Switch, and it's on sale. But I don't know if I want to. I don't want to say waste it. I don't know if I want to use it on a game that I'm just going to go through probably real quick, and it'll probably be even more on sale later down the road. So
Right.
we'll
I
see.
think that's really the only thing that I'm looking forward to, and I'm also looking forward to Chorus, which should be coming out soon.
That's not on my list here. I'm just on the like physical release list. I mean, there's more stuff, obviously digital. My Universe Pet Clinic and Dog to go along with your baby one. Little Nightmare 2 is actually coming out. I forgot about that one. Which I finally bought the first one. And then they gave it to us free on Games with Gold. Of course they did. After I like waited forever and it's like whatever. Oh, and on our next episode, Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's hemorrhoid cream something. It's all coming full circle. That's why we got Jonathan back, because that was his last episode, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when they announced all that the Nintendo Direct stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I might actually buy this, and
Which one? The Mario?
the Mario. See, and
I'm definitely buying it. I love this
and
game.
I'm not a Mario person, and I don't really like 3D platformers in general, and basically, walk around and collect shit type games. But it does look really good, and I'm sure my wife would love it too. And it has multiplayer and all that.
Did you play this on Wii U at all?
No. I have a Wii U, and I did not get it for. I don't get it for Wii U. No, I didn't get it.
So this is probably one of my favorite Mario games. I love this game. This game's fantastic.
It does, and I don't like the 3D style Mario games. And what I mean by that is like Mario 64, Mario Odyssey,
Sunshine.
I never liked those kind of games. They always bore the crap out of me. This actually looks really good.
I do want to play Sunshine now that they have the GameCube controller support, actually, because that was my main complaint. Is it didn't have that.
Yeah,
now it does.
So.
Oh, does it?
I might give that a shot.
Oh,
yeah,
so interesting.
Yeah, you can actually plug it up a GameCube controller and use it now.
The shoulder buttons.
That wasn't original.
The shoulder buttons work the
That was
same
an
way
update.
that they did in the original GameCube version now. Yeah.
So I really like the GameCube controller.
I actually started up Sunshine when I got that 3D collection, because that was really my favorite out of the three. I mean, the other ones are great, don't get me wrong, but Sunshine was kind of a nostalgia hit for me a little bit. And I was just like, man, I hate the freaking controls.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not.
I mean,
the same.
you could use a GameCube controller since it came out, but they didn't support like the original.
Yeah. It wasn't the same. Yeah, it was
where you had to hold the.
Because I used that Smash Brothers controller that I had. That's like it's a GameCube controller. And I was like, this is not the same still.
Yeah.
But that's it. Everything else is past that time. Is there anything? Oh my god, next week's gonna suck. Oh wow, I didn't know Bravely Second came out in February.
Comes out in February. I still haven't played that damn demo.
I tried the demo and I literally could not keep my eyes open. Like
I heard that it was
that shit
really
was
hard.
boring me to tears. I was just like, oh my god, this is so boring.
I heard that it was people were complaining about how hard it was, but
I never got to any combat.
you never even got to the
It
combat.
was literally just like, do you ever see a kid where he's doing that thing with his neck where he's going back and jerking himself awake?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing this whole time.
Next
and
jerking back.
Towerfall Ascension's also getting a physical copy. Okay, I'm getting way ahead.
Yeah. You know,
Towerfall Ascension is fantastic if you ever get around.
Towerful. Yeah, I think I have it on PS4.
Play it co-ops.
Do you have it on Ouya?
I don't own a
The
Ouya.
original, it was originally released on the Ouya, and it was originally an exclusive game for the Ouya. So that's how you.
I mean, hey man, that's a good exclusive to have. I mean,
Yeah, and then they subsequently released it on everything. But yeah,
well, I mean, I wasn't about to go track down Ouya.
right. Yeah.
Do you still have your Ouya? Is it like sitting next to your Laserdisc player?
I wish, I really would like to get an Ouya. I don't have one, but I would really love to get one. I have a couple other dead things around that time, though.
I really want an N-Gage is what I want.
Yes, an N-Gage. I remember somebody had an N-Gage and an N-Gage QD back when I was in high school. And,
I traded in my N-Gage QD to GameSpot.
You know what? I think I remember that. I think I was there at that time.
You probably were. I mean, GameSpot wasn't around that long, so you probably were.
But yeah.
You were there the majority of the time.
What did you trade that in for?
I don't know. That was years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I had for dinner. Like you But yeah, I remember I had an N-Gage QD, I guess. Yeah, I just remember changing the because I had an original N-Gage too, and I remember changing the games was the big deal for the QD because
you didn't have to pull the damn battery.
Because the original one, you practically had to take the damn thing apart.
Really?
You had to take the rubber seal off, take the back off, take the battery out to put in a new game.
Yeah.
And the QD actually had a flat for the battery, and then you just picked it up. You put the game in at that point. But it's just like, okay, that's still annoying, but at least I don't have to disassemble the friggin' device to put it in.
Yeah, that was a really, really weird device, and it had a vertical screen. It had like its own version of not Ninja Gaiden, Splinter Cell, didn't it?
It was the same one that's on the DS. It's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. It's the same one you can get for the original DS.
Wow.
Yuck. Yep. And it had Sonic Advance, which was weird. Yeah. I think it was literally just called it was probably called N-Gage, but it was Sonic Advance. You could not see like 2 steps ahead of you. That completely killed the game.
Sonic cannot advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's weird system.
And it had what was that game? Tokyo Xanadu. Not Tokyo Xanadu, Xanadu Next, which is a Falcom game, which you can only get on PC and N-Gage, oddly enough.
That's a deep cut.
I think even deeper cut, it has Elder Scrolls Shadow Key, which is exclusive Elder Scrolls game to that.
Really?
Really? That would explain why I've never heard of it.
Wow. God, and you sold that shit.
Yeah, what is wrong with me? I know.
I can't really.
Yeah, we all do stupid things.
I can't really get on you too
so.
much because I think I sold like rival schools and I sold.
You know what you need to? We need to make an episode.
All the stuff that we sold. Oh my god!
Because I got a lot of them.
I had Marvel 2. I had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the original Xbox, and I sold it to a GameSpot. To a GameStop. That was super stupid. And I had rival schools on
Save
PlayStation.
These. Bank them. We need a list.
I got plenty. I got plenty
too. We need to have a top 10. This is going to be a slow week episode. Yeah. So, when we have that. That's it. That's it for this week's episode. I think we've rambled long enough. What do you think? Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounded like a death.
Yeah. It was
right.
Well, wait. Since we each gave one, Jonathan has to give one. Is there any?
Yeah. What have you got rid of? Because you're not a regular. Think of something.
What is a game or something that you may have like sold or given away or let somebody borrow or whatever that you regret?
That's the thing. I never get rid of anything. Like, I am a literal hoarder. I never get rid of stuff.
I wish that I was like that because I got rid of. I'm like that now, but I got rid of some stuff.
I just imagine you with like Chinese food boxes right behind you, just piled to the ceiling.
I literally can't think of a single thing that I've given away I know I haven't sold anything because I didn't want to, bother with shipping. Yeah, I can't think of.
Or take it to a GameStop.
A single thing. No.
Yeah. GameStop's the worst.
I've hardly ever been to a GameStop.
You're not missing a whole lot.
Mr. Perfect.
You're not missing a whole lot.
Yeah.
I heard they're doing pretty good now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, their stocks are doing great. I saw an article. It was like GameStop, stocks have risen so much that they can finally pay you 25 cents for your pre-owned games.
I wouldn't get that optimistic, but yeah.
We say this, and I think I'm going to take this Call of Duty probably up to GameStop before too long. Because I'm just getting like $35 right now for the PS5 version. I'm just like, you know what? I got it for free.
Oh,
well, there you go.
Yeah. All right, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's our show. Thank you, Jonathan. Give us your spiel on where our like 2 listeners can find you.
Where we can find you on the internet.
Yep, youtube.com/Enchantermon. That is where I am. I'm also on Instagram, but I don't know what my Instagram
Oh my god.
It's probably Enchantermon.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I just started using it, so like
Okay.
so I hadn't really done anything with it. Let me see if I can find it really quick. It's probably it's Enchantermon.
Yeah, find it because I'm gonna find other buddies' Instagram too that I forgot already.
Yeah, it's Enchantermon on Instagram
shocker.
Also.
Oh,
Did you not remember that?
I remember now why I couldn't sign up for that Resident Evil beta because I needed our
Didn't have Facebook.
I needed our Twitter information.
Yeah, you should have just texted me.
Yeah,
I don't know it off the top of my head, but I got it written down somewhere.
I didn't remember. I was like, man, I gotta get that Twitter
so
info.
I'm not even fooling with our Twitter that much. But if you want to find us on Twitter, we're at Gameroom Pod on Twitter.
Yes, which we checked.
The intro and outro for this episode was by Renbto. I don't know if that. I hope I'm saying his name. That's Johnny Lee, my friend. So yeah, I probably just butchered his thing. I should make us an Instagram. I might do that.
Yeah,
there you go.
and you know what I need to do? I give you the login too, so you can.
Yes, that would help. No, I think I do have the login for some of the stuff.
For the Twitter, I'm pretty sure I gave it to you.
I have the one for YouTube. I don't think I have it for Twitter because we didn't have the Twitter at the time.
Anyway,
we didn't. Yeah,
so. But yeah, Gameroom Pod on Twitter. I'm McLeod0 on Twitter if you just want to follow me directly, but. Because I rarely mess with the Gameroom Pod one. That's just to pretty much announce the episodes. I should use it more again, but...
I do not have my own Twitter, but I will respond to comments under this video in YouTube more often. So leave those, whichever.
Yes. Yeah. We need to start networking. We need to start trying to grow this thing.
Oh.
I really haven't been worried about trying to grow it because I want us to get to a point where we're not like... bumbling through it first. I think we're at a decent point.
Yeah. But yeah, in the
because those first ones are rough. I'm not even gonna lie. But I expected.
So in the comments, convince me that this decision by Control Ultimate Edition is a good idea. Convince me.
Ooh.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, no one's gonna do that unless it's like Matt. And then he's just going to say something foul. That's all it's going to be. Yeah, comments to comments.
Do you need foul comments specifically?
All of them. Bring them all on.
Don't bring up
Yeah, exactly.
So that's our show. We made it under an hour and a half. I'm so freaking excited.
Look at that.
I'm so excited. I'm sure the listeners are excited too. Yeah, thanks for listening. If you stumbled upon this channel on YouTube, thanks for sticking around with us. Stick around more. Hit subscribe. You're finding us on iTunes. Hey, thanks. Well, let's say we'll try to get on Google Play and everything else. But I've been Michael McLeod, joined as always by Dwight Robinson, and our special guest this week has been Enchantermon, or Jonathan Duffer. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Say goodbye, everybody.
All right, then.
See y'all later.